Welcome back. Today we have some historic innovations to look at, from one of the most important breakthroughs in medical history to an expedition that mapped a continent to a new dawn in space matters. In addition, as always, we have a word, a song, and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for May 14th. May 14th is the 134th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 135th in leap years, with 231 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is indignant. Indignant is an adjective that's related to the noun indignation. According to Merriam-Webster, these words have to do with anger aroused by something unworthy, unjust, or mean. So indignant means feeling or showing anger because of something unjust or unworthy. I specify this because I'm sure we've all seen someone get all huffy because they feel they've been slighted, and we describe their reaction as indignant when it seems like maybe they had an inflated sense of self-importance. So I guess maybe they could feel like they'd been treated unjustly. An example use of this word might be the indignant whale in Moby Dick, or an indignant letter to the editor. The word indignant comes to us from Latin. First known use is in 1590, indignant. And with that, we've discussed before smallpox. It killed about 30% of the people that caught it. That's 3 out of 10, 1/3, 3 out of 10. Of the people that caught it, and about 1/3 of the survivors were left blind. Smallpox has killed millions of people over the centuries. As a medical student, an English country doctor named Edward Jenner had noticed that milkmaids who had contracted the disease called cowpox, a much milder form of pox, did not catch smallpox. And on May 14, 1796, Jenner took fluid from a cowpox blister and scratched it into the skin of an 8-year-old boy named James Phipps. A single blister arose on the spot, but James soon recovered, and then on July 1st, Jenner inoculated the boy again, this time with smallpox matter. No disease developed. The vaccine was a success and the world's first successful vaccination as a preventative treatment for smallpox was born. On May 14, 1804, about a year after the United States had doubled its territory with the Louisiana Purchase, the Lewis and Clark expedition left St. Louis, Missouri on a mission to explore the Northwest from Missouri River to the Pacific Ocean. Skylab, America's first space station, was successfully launched into orbit around Earth on May 14, 1973. Today's song is When I Need You by Leo Sayer. When I Need You was written by Carol Bayer Sager and Albert Hammond, and initially released by Albert Hammond as the title track on his 1976 album When I Need You. Leo Sayer's version was released in February of 1977 and became a big hit worldwide. Interestingly, there's a segment of melody, just a little line, similar enough to a line in Leonard Cohen's 1971 song, Famous Blue Raincoat. Someone brought suit on Leonard Cohen's behalf over it. A musicologist testified in that action, though, that little segment of melody is in the public domain and has traces all the way back to Schubert. I don't know, but I think I'll just avoid writing any songs that include that little segment of melody, which should be pretty easy for me since I'm not a songwriter. That little segment of melody, by the way, also makes an appearance in Elton John's 1980 song Little Genie. When I Need You by Leo Sayer hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on May 14, 1977. Link in the description. How about that? As I think about it, today's events were all about bold innovation. Dr. Jenner's insight, the Lewis and Clark expedition, even Skylab. Historic firsts all around. History never ceases to impress me. How about you? For today's quote, I found one by Canadian physician and co-founding physician of Johns Hopkins Hospital, Dr. William Osler, who said, "The good physician treats the disease. The great physician treats the patient who has the disease." William Osler. All righty. Y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.